I'm going to share with you a super helpful trick for laying out a quote, and all you need is some tracing paper. If you're new here, I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights. I teach hand lettering simply so you can feel good about your lettering right where you are. Okay, look at this. All you do is letter your quote without worrying about how it looks, not caring about making mistakes, and then place tracing paper on top and letter directly on top, changing whatever you feel like. And then you can do that again and again until you like it. The whole point of this is not to get stuck on one part. You'll only know if you like or don't like the way something looks by laying it out. When you use tracing paper, it helps because it's not permanent. You don't have to erase, you don't have to feel bad about it not looking the way you want. Also, being able to trace directly on top is helpful because you can see what you already tried and change it really easily. You can use this trick at any level and doing any style to help you come up with something that you like. This rainbow quote I'm doing was something I did for my paper video. I will link to that below if you missed it. All I wanted to show was how cool tracing paper is, but then I couldn't stop because I was having so much fun with this quote. It just feels so good to not be worried about lettering a final piece and letting go of any pressure. And then what happened was it turned into a final piece that I really loved. And I'll show you how I got to that point throughout this video. You may have tried laying out quotes before, feeling super frustrated that you can't get it quite right. Has that happened to you before? I've definitely been there many times. It doesn't matter how much lettering experience I have, there still can be certain quotes that just frustrate me. Laying out a quote is not the easiest thing because there are so many different things that you can do. There isn't just one way to do it. You ever wish that someone would just tell you the exact formula to making it look good? Whenever I feel that, I try to remember that my favorite part about lettering is how much creativity and uniqueness is involved. The lettering I do can look amazing and be totally different from someone else's lettering that also looks amazing. I love that. So how do we work with that creativity to make something we can be proud of? The more you work with this tracing paper trick and not feeling so much pressure on yourself, the more you will flex those creative muscles and you'll be able to think of different ideas as you are trying new things. In my new book, there's a whole section where I give some simple ideas of what you can do to lay out a quote when you're starting with zero experience. So I hope that might be a good resource for you if you are just starting out. My book comes out on February 2nd, so that is coming up so soon. I will link that below. Once you have a layout that you like, now how do you make it into a final piece? I'm going to show you two different things that you can do. First, use a light box so you can trace your design on some nicer paper. I'm using Bristol paper and my Pentel Touch brush pens to create my final quote. I have this light box. I got it on Amazon. It's in my Amazon favorites. That's always linked in the description. But you could also use some kind of glass with a light bulb underneath, or I've also used my laptop in the past and just turned it on its side. I also use my iPad as a light pad, which brings me to the second thing you can do. So with this, I decided that this was too small on my tracing paper, so I wanted to take a picture of it with my iPad, and then I can zoom in to make it bigger and trace directly on that. You do need to make sure the guided access on your iPad is turned on. That way you can control that there's no touch. So I can touch the screen without the picture moving, and that helps me to be able to trace on top of it. I have also done this on my laptop by just opening the photo on my laptop. So for this quote here, I am going to use watercolor paper and Karen markers as watercolor. I'm starting with my Marvy Deco Color gold marker for the lettering. I love this gold marker. It's really bright gold and it's permanent, so you can do watercolor on top. I'm doing my rainbow background with Karen markers. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know this is kind of my thing. I have a Skillshare class about it, but also it's one of the projects in my book. You know I had to add as much rainbow colors as I could to my book. Have you tried laying out a quote like this? What do you think of the tracing paper trick? Do you have any other tricks that have helped you? I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this helped you, subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. I just want to remind you the way you create right now is exactly where you need to be. I will see you next time.